Bam! I just love that song. And I love the video. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I was sitting here doing some dancing. Actually, not even just in much air. I was dancing because I have a long enough leash. I can do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Juana, you're so funny. Oh, well, guess what, everybody? This is a Wackadoodle Wednesday, and this is Grammy's Rocket Chair here on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com, Channel 9. Also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel. Heidi ho, one and all. I hope you're having an absolutely splendiferous week. Tomorrow is the last day of the year. Yes, Atrax, I am a song stealer. Yes, I am. I'm not one bit ashamed to admit it. I paid for that CD, by golly. Okay, let's see. Who is over here on World Truth? My Lord, my feed is filling up with people chit-chatting on Mary B's post. Wow, that one's getting quite interesting. If y'all want to check it out, you got to come over here to World Truth, though, and check it out. And friend Mary B, she's an absolutely awesome lady from down under. She throws them shrimp on, although they're prawns. She throws them on the bobby, she does. And she's a Kiwi, actually. Don't you know? Awesome lady. Awesome lady. So, okay, I had a message I had to check real quick. I also see Lino checked in just a little bit ago. Heidi ho, darling, if you're listening in. If you're not, well, you're lost because I just said Heidi ho to you. Okay, over here on Facebook, wow. I used a little bit of Vince's tutelage and did not put the link in my status update. So, yeah, I actually got 4 people to like it. Cool beans. And then I put the link in my comments. So, hey, if you get some new people over there in the RLM, Grimmy, it's not going to be a lot, but that's okay. It takes time sometimes. And, you know, I am an acquired taste. Okay, looks like over here on Facebook, I have Terry and Mary B and Robert, and I think I know who that Lisa lady is. She's a crazy woman, but I like her anyway. I like crazy people, mainly because, yeah, I see them and I recognize something in myself, which a lot of people really need to stop and realize. You know, if something really bothers them in someone else, odds are that's the reason it bothers them is because they got that something hiding way back deep in the cupboards, back behind the Rolodex in your brain. You know, it's back there, but it's lurking. And every once in a while it rears its ugly head and you see someone else behave that way and you just kind of go off. And it's like, guess what? That's in you too, hun. Everybody has it. Everybody. I don't know a single perfect person on this planet, except for maybe me. I am a perfect angel when I want something, and a perfect asshole when I don't get it. Therefore, I am perfect. That's my kind of logic. Okay, my brother-in-law just shared this. Dear bearded hipsters, you guys are ruining my beard fetish. Ever since I was a little girl, I loved a man with a beard. To me, they meant strength, power, and manliness. Someone who would protect me. Unfortunately, you guys have turned it into a fashion statement. The beard has turned into a padded bra of masculinity, which, yes, it has. Sure, it looks sexy, but what you got under there? There's a whole generation running around looking like lumberjacks, and most of you can't change up. Fucking tired. See, I was gonna try and go all show without it. Actually, today isn't the last day of the year, is it? That's tomorrow. And I think I am going to do a Grammy's Rocket Chair tomorrow evening just for shits and giggles. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to pull it off and go a whole show without dropping an F-bomb. Who's taking any bets? Actually, I'd like to know, there's just about anybody can grow a beard. Hell, well, no, I can't grow a beard, but I got a badass freckle mustache, so let me tell you. And yeah, I know an awful lot of people that have beards that are like, really, really, seriously, darling. Mm, yes, shaving does blow. Hi there, awesome possum. Dun, dun. Oh, not brother. BIL. My brother was a little girl. Oh, a beard is a sign of of fuck shaving. I get that, Grim. I truly do. But you know what? I don't have a problem. My mother has this. Oh, good Lord. If you're ever around my mother, she's 84 years old, and oh, Grim, hush. My mother loves beards, and if she sees a guy with a beard, she actually goes up to him and just kind of runs her fingers through their beard and goes, "I just love beards," and then she wanders off. She's crazy. My mother's crazy. See, that's where I get it from. I'm not going to comment on that comment, Grim. And Atrax, hush. Okay, over here on World Truth, I got to say hey to everybody over here. Damn it. Y'all are distracting me. Rock in Paradise. That's my new thing for Lemmy. Rock in Paradise, dude. And yeah, the more rockers get up there, it's going to be paradise. Because, man, I can only take harps for so long. I need some jamming. And yeah, it's starting to really look like paradise now. Thank you, Marcos, for sharing that. Over here on World Truth, it looks like I've got Quinn and Marcos and Atrax and Grimner and Mary B, that lovely lady from down under. Also, Quinn is over here, and Rusty Mopar. Rusty, is that your motor running? I saw that picture of you peeking on me, dude. You're a creeper, aren't you? And also, I see TD Sanders is here. Hey there, lovely lady. How are you doing this evening? Okay, let me see. What's going on? Yeah, I see all kinds of comments going on Mary B's. Mary B, I'm just going to let you handle that, darling, because you're big girl. You know how to take care of it. You got your big girl panties on. You go, girlfriend. Kick butt, take names, or whatever you feel is necessary. It's your page. Go for it, darling. Okay, let's see. And over here in the RL, I know, Rascal. I love you too, baby girl. My kitty cat's trying to help. Okay, over here in the RLM, look at all those people. Holy smokes, Batman. I see Asmo right there at top again. Asmo, darling, how do you do it? And then closely following him is Barman, waiting for that bribe money that Asmo promised him. Next up is the lovely Beth Z. And then looky there, Cowboy Tech. I hope you're hearing pleasant voices this evening, darling. Although I do see my favoriteest heavy breather in the whole wide world.
Hi, Darth Romes. How you doing?
I just love doing that. I know, you can't tell, can you? Also, looky here, there's Grimner, who is the creator of, the god of RLM. So don't piss him off. He might smite you. Looky there, the lovely Moose Girl is here as well. And the lovely Kate. And then there's me. Yeah, I'm here picking on people again, because that's what I do. No, I don't get paid for it, but it's what I do anyway. I also see IB Don C is here, as well as Java Doctor 2. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I haven't had enough Java today. Or maybe I've had too much. I don't know. Oh, hi, darling. How you doing? And looky, closely behind him is Juana Taco. You know what, sweetheart? I haven't had supper yet. And that does sound lovely, but I don't have any taco fixins. Damn. I think I have some frozen burritos in the freezer. Pop some of them in my toaster oven when I get done this evening. And I do have some of that absolutely awesome El Zarape salsa to put on it. I'm gonna keep plugging that place because ooh, I love their salsa. I know you love smiting, Grimner. I don't want to know what you use to smite people with, okay? I also, oh, hey, I see Apostle and Apostle 2000. So are they your apostles, Grim? I'm apostle, you're apostle, he's apostle, she's apostle. Looky, there's an awesome possum, too. Nice segue, don't you think? Okay, I entertained myself. What the hell? Ah, looky there, Beetle! Long time no see, sweetheart. How are you doing? You still got a hottie on your arm, hun? Or did you get rid of her and find you another hottie? I also see Goy is here. Oi, Goy. And Meister Brower. Party! How you doing, sweetheart? And Oslo is here, as well as Rob Works. Solvenur, hey there, darling. I didn't realize you stayed up this late. This is awful late for you, sweetheart. Thank you for joining me. And to round out the crew, the one, the only, the ornery little turd monkey that I'm going to have to put in a headlock and scob his knob one of these days. The Atrax. Yes, Atrax. I'm going to. You know I will. So don't bother hiding. I'll find you. That's what Mom always used to say. Don't bother lying to me. You live here. And I'll find out. Yeah. Oh, Apostle 2000 is from the future. Wow, the year 2000. Wow. Wow. Damn, I wonder if they can give me the winning lottery tickets. You think? I didn't buy one today. Someone told me if I wanted to win the lottery, I had to actually buy a ticket. It's like, really? Seriously? You expect me to spend that hard-earned dollar? Dollar? Gadunk? What? You heard me the first time, Grimner. I didn't say polish. Oh, y'all are naughty. No, wait. Wait a minute here. Didn't I just get done saying something about that? Yeah, whatever you read into what someone says, that's probably what's lurking in the nether regions of your mind. And my nether regions of my mind tends to, yeah. From the western hinterlands. Hinterlands. Ja, that makes me want to talk like the Swedish chef. Ja, I might have to read an article like the Swedish chef. Ja. Somebody's going to come through the computer. You know, my computer's a touch screen. Please don't come through my computer and smack me, okay? Lino! I'm doing wonderful, darling. How are you? How's everything in your world? Are you ready for a new year to arrive? You know, that old one is getting a little bit crotchety. And have you ever noticed, at the end of the year and at the beginning of the year, I'll bet you don't notice this because you're not observant like I am. But did you know that the year ends and begins with a diaper on it? It's just when it ends, it depends. Okay. Yeah, I know. Shame on me. I entertain myself. What the hell? Okay, let me go look in my pocket. Because, man, oh, man, oh, man, there are some... Wow. It is a Wackadoodle Wednesday, don't you know? And we got some wackadoodles in this world. Whew. Some real serial wackadoodles. This one, I think...
Darth roams.
Shared it over on the RLM earlier today. I saw that and I went, wow. Monica's got a tan. This is from thesmokinggun.com. A human humidor. She stars in the latest installment of She Hid What Where? Ew. Ew. Meet Karnika Saunders. Sanders. However you wish to, it's probably Saunders or it's probably some kind of weird pronunciation because it's just usually is. Um, I might have to check out that other link on the side too. Hey, there's a woman busted for biting off her husband's ear. What? He wasn't listening? Honey, nibbling on his ear, you're doing it wrong if you bite it off. In any case, back to this young lady. This 20-year-old Floridian, that doesn't have the same ring. She's from Florida. And she stars in the latest installment of TSG's never-ending series, She Hid What? Where? Apparently, Sanders was arrested last night on an outstanding warrant after a car she was traveling in was stopped by the St. Petersburg police. Well, Petersburg, that's where she had it stuffed. After being patted down by a cop, Sanders stated she had marijuana and a cigar in her vitae. Okay. This was according to the criminal complaint. Wow. How would you like to have to bag that evidence? Ill. Sanders then provided the marijuana and cigar to an officer. There's just some jobs that you couldn't pay me enough to do. And that's one of them. Apparently, Sanders was arrested for pot possession and an outstanding warrant, which was related to her alleged failure to return a rental car. Well, she was renting it for an extended period of time. Extended. Yeah, that's what it was. She was arrested twice last year for pot possession, so it's illegal to have a what? Okay, she was arrested twice last year for pot possession and was released from custody early this morning after posting a cha-ching $5,000 bond because, don't you know, any kind of rule that's on the books like that, odds are it's in order to gain cha-ching. Police records list Sanders' employer as Steak and Shake restaurant chain. Well, I could go so many places just with the name of that restaurant, but I'm going to just leave that to your fertile imaginations, okay? The complaint does not detail the weight of the marijuana seized or the size of the stashed cigar, or whether the stogie was stuffed with pot. Yeah. Apparently, there's all kinds of Monica Lewinsky witticisms below in the comments section, which I didn't peruse that far. Let's see. Crotch crickets are enough. Okay. Oh, there's some really sick ones in there. And I'm just not going to go there. I'm going to let y'all play with those. Because, yeah, there's some truly demento ones. And I know because I am truly demento. So, yes, Grimmy. Or, yes, Atrax, I can. Oh, my goodness. Well, Atrax, yeah. Well. I think maybe she is a relative of Mike Tyson, Awesome Possum. I'm not real sure, though. Let's see, what? And yes, Atrax, does that shock you that I can turn a town's name into a vag joke? I can turn anything into a dirty joke, given the proper motivation. So, that's just kind of the way my demented mind works, which is why I never clean out the cobwebs. I like having a dirty mind. I just rearrange them occasionally. Life's much more interesting that way, don't you know? Okay, let me share this because, wow, that's... to me, that's just... I always thought of that part of the anatomy as intended for a part of the anatomy that belonged to a member of the male persuasion. I never really thought of it as, other than tampons, anything else that was supposed to go there. And wow, who'd have thunk at my age I'm finding out all the different things that you could hide. You can stash in your snatch. It's like, ow. Wow. Um, alrighty. Wonder how long they have to wait for that stuff to dry out before it. Oh, move along, Grammy, move along. Good Lord. That's just wrong. See, that's where my mind goes with this stuff. Jeez, oh, Pete. And just so you know, human nature right there. And she's not the only one. There's lots that yeah. Well, it sure beats the Darwin Awards. And I do have some articles pertaining to the Darwin Awards in my pocket, which I will dig in there later. Wow. There's all kinds of just really, yeah. Let's see. Maybe I should find. Here we go. Here's a Darwin Award winner. We'll just go there because, it's along the same lines. And I think Grimner is the one that shared this originally, or he's the one that I originally saw share it the other day. And I just thought, wow, obviously English is a second language. I mean, he's in Germany, doesn't realize that blowjob does not mean this. This is from theguardian.com. Man dies in Germany after blowing up condom machine. I've seen people use those for balloons. Preferably, I never asked if they were previously used when they did that, but wow. Apparently, a man died on Christmas Day in Germany after he was hit in the head by a flying piece of metal from a condom machine that he and two accomplices blew up in an apparent robbery attempt. It's really desperate when you're blowing up condom machines just so you can get condoms. Yeah. The 29-year-old man was taken to the hospital in the western town of Schlappingen. Yeah, I know I screwed that up. Near the Dutch border, he was taken by two other men who fled the scene of the explosion in a car, leaving behind condoms and money scattered around the gutted vending machine. It blew everywhere, and there was all these little balloons all over the place. Two men told hospital officials that their friend had fallen down the stairs and injured his head. But the officials apparently were suspicious of the story and called the police. During questioning, police said one of them admitted that the three had blown up the condom machine and that their fellow conspirator was hit in the head by metal as he was trying to take cover. Hon, that's not what they mean by getting some head. No, it's not. I read about it in a book one time, a long time ago. You believe that? I've got, yeah. I would think a bomb would cost more than a condom, but it has been a wee bit busy. Wow. You guys are, whew, okay. What? The flat earther category. Where's that? Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a flat earther category in the yes. Oh, it is too, Grim. It's thicker than a comic book, and that's called a book. Cheapers. Y'all are just, yes, what? Okay, Lino says, yes, I'm ready for the new year and for my birthday too. Oh, you have a birthday coming up? Well, happy birthday, darling. I do observe the new year through watching the sky changing its lights and the earth change its rotation. How awesome possum is that? Oh, hey, I know Awesome Possum. He's over in the RLM chat. That's cool. You know, I'm probably going to spend the New Year's Eve listening to Grimmy and Moose Girl. Is probably what I'm going to be doing. And when it gets close to midnight my time, I probably will just step outside and check out the stars upon Lars. Because I love checking out the stars anyway out here. I have a sky full of them that I can see. Because, yeah, that's the lovely thing of living in Booneyville. Capricorns rule the world? Aw, you goat. Oh, goodness. No, Atrax, Capricorns do not rule the world. Dear sweet child, I am a lion, hear me roar. I will bite you in the neck. Oh, hey, that could get it. Never mind, you're too young. Or I'm too old. One of the two. What was I doing? See, I got distracted. Damn it. It's a good thing this isn't a paying job. That's all I got to say. Because, yeah, I wouldn't make any money at it. Okay, let me see. I got to find just the right little emoticon to share this. Because, yeah, I mean, it's priceless. It's just, yeah. Where is he at? I know he's in here. In my little emojis. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If it comforts you to think that way, Atrax, you just go right on ahead and think that. I know better. Oh, what was it? Lug used to tell me if it has tits and tires, it's going to give you trouble. Probably. Tits or tires, even. Okay, I'm having fun because I'm finding multiple emoticons. So you're just going to have to wait for me, okay? Because there's one in particular that I'm looking for. I know it's here. I've seen it. And I've actually considered using it at a time. I think I may even have used it. There's so many. We need to have an emoticon war over here on World Truth, people. You know, just saying. Because there's entirely too many of them that I haven't played with yet. And I need to play. Oh, yeah? Okay, there. I found it. I found it. Bada beam, bada boom. There you go. Now I want to see what they do. Oh, okay. Well, one's a dud. One's got a quick fuse. And the other one is just kind of, well, poo. Okay, what's going on over here? There you go, Awesome Possum. That's true. And very poetic as well. Yes. Oh, that would be cool if you it would be nice if you could sell me one of your telescopes for like very little money. Actually, by this summer, I should be able to I bet you I could probably afford one of them. But for now, tires are first on the agenda. Once I get my new tires, then I can start socking money away again. That's just kind of I pace myself on my purchases. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go back to my pocket, seeing as how it's been so fruitful. Okay, where was that? I saw one more. I have lots of things in here that I just wish to read later. Oh, here we go. Here's another one of those. If I'm a Are you really grim? Well, darling, sounds like a personal problem. Unless that's your choice, then hey, go for it, hon. Far be it from me. Okay, here's another one that I don't remember who shared it, but I saw it and I thought, oh, that is just entirely too freaking funny. And yet not. Wow. Public education system at work. Aren't you proud? It's from truckyaa.jalopnik.com. And trucker destroys historic bridge because she didn't know how many pounds 6 tons was. You load 16 tons and what do you get? Okay, that's 16. That's a 1 in front of a 6, darling, just in case you don't know. The craziest part isn't that 23-year-old Mary Lambright, which obviously she was not very bright, had a lamb. Hey, maybe that was Mary Lamb Right. No, honey, you're not right. You're wrong on this. In any case, she drove her 30-ton truck onto this tiny bridge in Paoli, Indiana, built in 1880. It said she knew the bridge's weight limit was 6 tons. She just didn't know how many pounds that was. Probably because, well, 6 times 2 is 12. And unless you're one of those really special people, you've only got 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. So you'd have to take your shoes off in order to get to 12. Whew. Seriously, that's what she told the police after the crash on Christmas, as they note in their report. Ms. Lambright was aware of the iron bridge, stating she had driven on it several times in her personal vehicle and was also aware of the posted signage, no semis, weight limit of 6 tons. When asked by police why she continued through the bridge knowing the weight limit was only 6 tons, she admitted to not knowing how many pounds that was. She was advised the weight of the vehicle at the time of the crash was close to 30 tons. Okay, Common Core. Even in Common Core, I think 30 is bigger than 6, unless you just take away that 0 because it has absolutely no use whatsoever because it's 0, none. And so 3 is less than 6. And so, hey, I can drive on that bridge. Lambright, who got her CDL earlier this year, obviously she slept with the instructor, said she wasn't comfortable backing up her Volvo truck. So she just chanced it on the bridge. Didn't exactly pay out though, did it? Let's see. Backing up, crashing it. Backing up, crashing it. I'll take crashing up for 20 bazillion. Because that's what it's going to cost. Oh, they'll just tear it down. Oh my God, a historic landmark is totally destroyed because you don't realize that 30 is bigger than 6. Because you threw away that 0 because it's just nothing. Apparently, Bangshift reports that Lambright's company will be the one that will be in the real heap of legal crap for this, though Lambright herself should expect a $135 fine for her citation of reckless operation of tractor-trailer. It's a Class B misdemeanor, and disregarding a traffic control device, which is a Class B infraction, and overweight on posted bridge. I have a speeding ticket that cost more than that, and I didn't have that many frickin' infractions. And actually, it was a speeding ticket that was less than 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, and it was more than that. Not less than that, more than that. Jeez, oh. Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to how she got her CDL as well. Had to have something to do with Alphabet Soup Brigade. I haven't learned that math where you translate tonnage into purple penguins yet. I'm going to have to study up on that, Atrax. Thank you ever so much. Yeah. Thanks, Asmo. Yeah, I did notice that, yeah. Well, the tractor part kind of, sort of fit on the bridge. It was the trailer that got hung up. Wow, that was a close shave, wasn't it? Durr. Yes, Lino? You'd like to see Mary send to me a nice gift for my birthday. I'm invited to your birthday, Lino? Well, where are you having your birthday party? And then I will try and decide if I can go there or not. If it's in the Roma, I know where Rome, Kansas is. And I doubt very seriously if you're going to have it there. But if it's in the other Rome that I know of, tires come first, hun. I gotta have tires for my car. Because I gotta get from point A to point B. And it's winter time. So, they go. These crazy drivers. I wonder if maybe she took the Hooked on Phonics math course on the Hooked on Phonics thingy. Because Hooked on Phonics worked for me, so obviously. Okay. I'm going to go to Oopie. Oopie. Because there's also some. I also see that Bill Cosby has been charged with aggravated indecent assault in a 2004 case, which aggravated indecent assault. Okay. He fondled a young lady against her wishes. Why can't you just say that? Okay. I see this and I think, oh, that is just entirely too cute. You people up in Toronto, you have some very adventurous little critters, don't you? Apparently, a raccoon dropped into a coffee shop roof to steal a donut. Because why? It was hungry. And it was there. The donut was there. Seemed like a proper thing to do. Apparently in Toronto today, a raccoon was caught on video attempting to steal a donut from a Toronto coffee shop. The animal's daring feat was captured on video and uploaded to YouTube by Peter Jensen, who also narrated the heist. Oh, I'm going to have to listen now. The raccoon drops down from a hole in the ceiling, taking time to pick the perfect donut. After making its selection, the raccoon quickly climbs back into the hole and runs away. Jensen likened the raccoon to video game character Sly Cooper, an anthropomorphic raccoon jewel thief in the video's description. Well, I'm thinking kind of like that little raccoony in Over the Hedge. Don't you think? Oh, is there such a thing as a decent? I don't know. Is there? Something just broke the U.S. silver market? Don't tell me. Is it bad? Yes, I think it is. I think so, Atrax. I think Toronto is hiring raccoons to be cops. I mean, now they don't have to acquire a mask because it comes au naturel. So, I'm going to have to check that out later. I'm thinking. Oh, Asmo's never had any complaints. Okay, sweetie. Yes, Lino. Oh, in Wisconsin? You're in Wisconsin? Well, that's a butt number of a drive, darling. When's your birthday? I've made that drive a time or two. My eldest lived in Milwaukee for a while there. So I know that drive to Wisconsin. Been to Milwaukee several times. That's how I knew I was not normal, because every time we got to that junction where it says you could either go normal or go to Wisconsin, I instead of going to normal, I went to Wisconsin. So I am not normal. I always went the opposite direction. On purpose, don't you know? Oh, crap-a-nolly. Yes? Who's taking my name in vain? Lino's in Wisconsin, Moosey. Ah. No, but see, these guys, they can wear it. Oh, Derpsconsin. Derp, the derp, the derp. Now you're gonna want me talking like the Swedish chef again. Yeah, the yurt, the yurt. Okay, pigs don't wear masks, but they are very good at absconding with things. Even, they're very good at breaking into things, too. Um... Oh, Lino, you are so silly. Lino says that he pays the store's peoples by slapping them 2 times. Every dollar is valued 2 slaps, and $5 is worth 7 slaps. I want video evidence of that, darling. That could be interesting. Okay, I got some notification over here. I got to check. Oh, hey, Rusty's commenting. Hey, Rusty. What you got to say, darling? Is that Steve Martin for your profile pic, hun? Yeah, I think Pep Boys did have a sale. Obviously, she didn't get it out of Cracker Jacks, although she cracked it, and it's going to take a lot of jacks. Maybe she did get it out of Cracker Jacks, although last I knew, Cracker Jacks wasn't giving out licenses anymore. Their prizes have gotten quite chintzy of late. So, yes. I see that you commented on the guy with the condiment machine as well. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that later, hon. The Farm Film Report, huh? Dirt. January 1st? Well, happy birthday, Lino. Happy birthday. A little early. I won't make it, hun. That's a bit of a drive. Yes, Moosey, Lino is over on WT. Lino. Lino, darling, I think Moosey's gonna friend you, hun. Lino Vittorio. He has such a wonderful name. Careful, Taco. That wasn't a purr. Okay. Okay. I got to do this. Here's another one. This is over on Fark, my second favorite F word. No, it's not my second favorite. I think fudge is my second favorite. And then Friday, and then Fark. Something like that. This is from fox5dc.com. Apparently, a 911 dispatcher demoted for playing video games on the job. Oops. In West Palm Beach, Florida, oh, well, this guy doesn't, or whomever, doesn't have a use for, yeah, it is a guy. He doesn't have a use for the female humidor because he's got his West Palm and his East Palm. So, a Florida 911 dispatcher has been reprimanded and demoted for playing video games on the job. The Palm Beach Post reports Tuesday that 52-year-old Charles M. Morris was demoted, dun dun dun, from a training officer to dispatcher. Okay, from training to dispatching. So instead of training people how to dispatch, you actually put him in dispatch. So that's a six of one, half a dozen of another. Either way, it sucks. The paper reports that an internal investigation conducted by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office revealed that Morris played handheld video games, that's what they're calling them these days, instead of dispatching 911 calls for a shooting and for a hit-and-run crash in October. Sheriff spokeswoman Terry Berbera says that Morris was reprimanded. You naughty, naughty, naughty boy. How dare you be playing with those handheld? Morris has been employed with the sheriff's office since 2004, hence the reason why he wasn't immediately terminated, because he's probably a member of the union and you can't terminate them no matter how egregious the shit that they do is. Apparently, no phone number could be found for Morris in a records search by the Associated Press, because they was going to call him and see if he answered the phone. Wait a minute, I got to level up. Now, it'll go to the machine. I'm on the next level, damn it. I haven't been here. Aw, man. Rosie and Lucy. Oh. Well, he says Derpsconsin Moosey, so at least in his chat. Maybe he says he's in Italy, but he's not really there. Okay. Let me put this over here in WT. Yes. Yes, Lino. That was your wonderful welcome, Muzzy. Okay. Oh. See how you are, Lino. See, you're such a sweetheart. Yep. That's the only difference between a pat on the back and a slap upside the head is location, location, location. Either way, you're smacking someone. It's just that one is acceptable and the other one is like, fuck you do that for? Okay. Bossa Nova. Oh, Kim. La 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 la. It's Quincy Jones. Dude. I like Quincy. Kim's sharing tunage over here on WT. Just do that, darling. I'll check it out later. Hi there, Dalton R. How are you doing, sweetheart? Welcome aboard. I don't think I've seen you around these parts. I'll just say howdy to Dalton real quick. Just hold on. I'm leveling up. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and Star Woman is here. Solar storm headed towards the Earth for New Year's. Woo! Buckle up, babes. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I got my rocket chair fueled up so I can watch it from a distance. Or maybe not. Okay. Yes. Yes, that tracks. Oh. Hadn't thought of it like that, Atrax. Thank you for sharing. Like, I needed that mental image. Okay. Oi. Let's share that, and I will. Okay, I got to go to this one because I've seen several people share it, and I just need to go there because I like Dave Barry. Dave Barry's 2015 Year in Review. It's from the MiamiHerald.com. Oh, Florida is figuring quite prominently in my show this evening. Well, it is a Wackadoodle Wednesday, so yeah, you got to get the duh in there. Sometimes we're accused, believe it or not, of being overly negative in our annual year in review. Critics say we ignore many positive events in a given year and focus instead on the stupid, the tragic, the evil, the disgusting, the Kardashians, which basically all four of those previous adjectives described the Kardashians, didn't they? Okay, critics, we've heard you. This year, instead of dwelling on the negatives, we're going to start our annual review with a list of the top 10 good things that happened in 2015. Are you ready? Here we go. We didn't hear much about Honey Boo Boo. Booyah! That's a bonus round right there. Okay. We'll have to get back to you on the good thing number 2 through 10. We apologize, but 2015 had so many negatives that we're having trouble seeing the positives. It's like we're on the Titanic, and it's tilting at an 85-degree angle with its propellers way up in the air. And we're dangling over the cold Atlantic trying to tell ourselves, at least there's no one waiting for the shuffleboard courts. Hey, you could be a human shuffleboard player. I mean, you could. What is that? Is it a shuttle? No, it's not a shuttlecock. That's for badminton. What do they call that on shuffleboards? A disc? A hockey puck? What? What the hockey puck do they call it? Inquiring minds. So, are we saying that 2015 was the worst year ever? Are we saying it was worse than, for example, 1347, the year when the bubonic plague killed a large part of humanity, or at least a large part of the European humanity? Yes, we're saying that. Because at least the remainder of humanity was not, at least the remainder, read it right, Grams, of humanity was not exposed to a solid week in which the news media focused intensively on the question of whether a leading candidate for president of the United States had or had not made an explicit reference to a prominent female TV journalist biological lady cycle. Huh? I missed that part. Damn. It must have something to do with that whole mainstream media memo shit that I just kind of let keep going by. They're building up in a corner. It's okay. I'll get to them eventually. I wonder who they're talking about there. Trumple, trumple, trumple. Stillskins. Huh. Apparently that actually happened in 2015. Really? No shit. You can't make that shit up, can you? And it was not the only bad thing. I think that's rather amusing. Why do you put that in the bad category? Maybe her biological lady cycle is in question. Have you ever stopped to think about that? This was the year when American sports fans became more excited about their fantasy sports teams, which, for the record, are imaginary. Kind of like lots of other things that, yeah. And, let's see, then they got about the sports teams that actually existed. Okay, I don't watch football. What? Okay, I see you guys. What? All hail Tom Brady. Tom Petty Brady. Huh? What? Okay. What? Tommy Timbertoes. Ew. Oh, they're called pucks or weights. Thank you, Grim. Oh, yes. Tom Selleck is, yeah. Mm. Okay, moment of silence. Okay, I'm good. Well, Sam Elliott. Okay, another moment of silence. Okay, I'm good. Whew. I'm going to start breathing heavy here in a minute. Okay, let's go on with this. This was a year when the selfie epidemic, which has already or was already horrendous, somehow got even worse. Of the 105 billion with a B photographs taken by Americans this year, 104.9 billion consist of a grinning face looming blimp-like in the foreground with a tiny image of something, like the Grand Canyon or the Pope or a 747 crashing, peeking out in the distance behind the person's left ear, which, in other words, the Grand Canyon, the Pope, and a 747 crashing were photobombing this duck-lipped buffoon. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yeah, I did. This was also the year of the man bun. Oh, I've seen those in real life. I have. I was traumatized. Almost had to go into therapy. Good thing I found my shot glass. I have a therapist in a bottle. Only took one shot. That's the only shot I need. I only took one, and I was all good. Oh, and if all that isn't bad enough, this was also the year they tricked us into thinking Glenn got killed on The Walking Dead. By the way, spoiler alert, Walking Dead, I know that's a TV show. Never watched it. At this point, you're saying, wait a minute. Surely there are some positive developments in 2015. Yeah, there aren't. Stop calling me Shirley. How about the fact that after so many years of sneering judgmentalism and divisive, overheated rhetoric, we're able to have rational, open-minded conversations about such issues as gun ownership, gay marriage, race relations, and abortion, so that, as a nation, we finally began to come together and... Whoa. Sorry. No, honestly, I did not have a shot before doing the show, and I'm just drinking water. But, wow, I let that creep in, didn't I? Yes, you are. We are intended to join you soon, but first we need to take one last look back at the hideous reality of 2015, which began, as so many ill-fated years have in the past, with January. Yeah, frickin' coldest month of the year. Mother Nature goes all out frigid. Well, if I send you something, Lino, it will be arriving late. Just saying. Okay, let me get back to this. Where was I at? Oh, there I was. January, which finds the Midwest gripped by unusually frigid weather. Yeah, what did I just say? Raising fears that the bitter cold could threaten the vast herd, estimated in the thousands of Republican presidential hopefuls roaming around Iowa expressing a newly discovered passion for corn. Corn. Yeah. What about all that global warming I keep hearing about? I haven't found any yet. As temperatures plummet, some candidates are forced to survive by setting fire to lower-ranking consultants. Wait a minute. I had to enjoy that moment for just a sec. Okay, I'm better now. For most Americans, however, the cold wave is not the pressing issue. The pressing issue, which will be debated for years to come, is how exactly did the New England Patriots football get deflated for the AFC Championship game? You're going to feel a little prick. The most fascinating theory is put forth by Patriot head coach Bill Belichick, a man who At his happiest, looks like irate ferrets are gnawing their way out of his colon. Oh, that's a graphic image that I could have done without, darling. I do have a vivid imagination, by the way. Whew. Ah, now it's starting to hurt to sit. He opines that, and these are the actual quotes, that atmospheric conditions could be responsible, and also declares that I've handled dozens of balls over the past week. This will turn out to be a sports highlight of the year. Dozens of balls, huh? Well, what corner do you work, Billy boy? Jack Oman of the Tribune News Service in Paris, 2 million people march in a solidarity rally following the horrific terrorist attack on the French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. Eyebrows were raised when not a single top U.S. official attends. But several days later, the horse's ass himself, John Kerry, arrives in France with James Taylor, who, yeah, it really happened, trust me, performs the song, You've Got a Friend. Yeah, this bold action strikes fear in the hearts of terrorists, who are now doubly fearful because Dangleberry just recently whipped out climate change on them. I can see them shaking in their turbans right now. Apparently, this struck fear in the hearts of terrorists who realize that Secretary Kerry is fully capable, if necessary, of unleashing Barry Manilow, which, whew, Secretary Kerry, that has a very nasty ring to it. Meanwhile, in Washington, a drone crashes on the White House lawn and immediately becomes a leading contender for a Republican presidential nomination. Probably has more functioning brain cells. In sports, the first ever NCAA Division I college football playoffs reached a surprising climax when the Oregon Ducks were defeated in the championship game 42-20 by the New England Patriots. Dual-purpose team. Were their balls deflated? Asked how this is possible, given that the Patriots play in the NFL, Coach Belichick opines that it could be the result of global climate change. And speaking of surprises, just wait, there's more. In February, NBC suspends nightly news anchor Brian Williams after an investigation reveals inaccuracies in his account of being in a military helicopter under fire in Iraq. Inaccuracies, that's what they call it these days, as opposed to liar, liar, pants on fire. Maybe that's the fire you were talking about. Your pants was really on fire. It's a different kind of hot pants, hon. It's not the hot pants most people want to have. No. Mr. Williams did not actually come under fire, states the network. Also, technically, he wasn't in a helicopter in Iraq. It was a Volvo station wagon on the New Jersey Turnpike. Wow, that probably felt like a war zone. But there was an awful lot of traffic. A contrite Williams blames the lapse on post-traumatic stress disorder resulted from killing Osama bin Laden single-handed with a loose-leaf notebook. Oh, I added that last bit because it needed a little. Abroad, Greece, under intense pressure, is to meet its debt obligations, gives Germany's 2 of its 3 remaining goats. Oh, great. Yeah, you kept the mail, didn't you? Good job, dude. How you gonna get any more goats now? Huh? In the war on terror, the White House, having struck a powerful blow with the James Taylor tactical assault ballad, boldly follows up by, again, this really happened, hosting a 3-day summit on countering violent extremism, featuring both workshops and symposiums. Egad! Not the symposium! In weather news, Boston's public schools are closed because of, well, Glaciers! Where's that global warming again? Yeah. It's just around the corner, I swear. There's a polar bear somewhere sweating. In the year's biggest literary story, representatives of 88-year-old Harper Lee, denying allegations that they're seeking to cash in on the beloved author's literary fame, announced plans to publish what they claim is her recently discovered second book, 50 Shades of a Mockingbird. Ew. In the Academy Awards, the Oscar for Best Picture goes to Birdman. Junior Birdman! Flap your wings! Who else remembers doing that? Come on, I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. Accepting the coveted statue is director Alejandro de Inarritu. Yeah. Okay, Alejandro. Who tells the audience, like you, I never actually saw this movie. Really? Seriously? It's critically acclaimed. Do you think I watch that trash? Leonard Nimoy is beamed up for the last time. Okay, and no more live long and prosper for you, dude. Although I can go nanu nanu. He's waiting for you on the other side. I can do the finger thing, although you can't see it. In business news, troubled retailer Radio Shack files for bankruptcy, citing the fact that in the past 6 years, the chain's 4,000 stores had made a nationwide total of one sale, and that being a home email server purchased by Hillary Clinton. But it's really secure, and oh my God, their IT support is phenomenal. In sports, the New England Patriots defeat the Seattle Seahawks 28-24 to win the Super Bowl, marked by surprises, including one play in which the Patriots, undetected by game officials, had a grenade launcher on the field, an infraction that Coach Belichick later blames on wind shear. Climate change, that's what did it. The most surprising play comes at the end of the game when the Seahawks, on 2nd and goal with 26 seconds left, and Marshawn Lynch, who is basically a UPS truck, only harder to tackle, in the backfield, elect to throw a pass, which is intercepted. After the game, Seattle coach Pete Carroll defends his decision to pass. He's immediately hired as a strategic consultant by the Jeb Bush campaign, which, why would that not surprise me? I actually saw that play. One of the very few times I watched a little bit of the Super Bowl last year, and it was enough to make me go, fuck it. Just fuck it. I'm done. Really? These people make that kind of money? I could have made a better call from my recliner with my eyes closed, okay? Dumbass. Lots of cuss words flew when I saw that. Moving along. As February draws to a close, 5,000 ISIS troops land in Mexico and march north. Oh, yo. Oh, sorry. Wrong music. They were able to reach Cleveland unnoticed because the entire U.S. population is heatedly arguing over the color of a picture of a dress on the internet. And speaking of heated, I don't remember ever seeing that dress either. Damn, I live a really sheltered life. Either that or I just am out of gas, aka don't give a shit. March. Over the strong objections of the Obama administration, Dangleberry made strong objections. Oh, stop. Climate change. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addresses a joint. He probably would have been interesting to listen to if he'd addressed a joint. A joint meeting of Congress. Oh, that could have been really cool if they'd have passed a joint, you know. I might have watched C-SPAN for that. He immediately becomes a leading contender for the Republican presidential nomination, 4 points ahead of the drone. Why does that not surprise me? Yes, Lino? Oh, you want avocados? They don't grow here, hon. Sorry. Uh, okay. Abroad. It's abroad. Oh, look! It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's abroad. Russian President Vladimir Putin mysteriously vanishes. Hmm. I wonder. Um, he vanished from public view for 10 whole days. It's later revealed that he was training customer service representatives for Comcast. I could actually believe that one. I like the picture there too. Jack Ullman of the Tribune News Service says that in finance news, shares on European financial markets plummeted when German authorities announced that one of the Greek goats is actually a highly modified squirrel. Squirrel! Speaking of unnatural, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approves the sale of genetically modified potatoes and apples, noting that they offer many nutritional benefits and are completely safe, provided consumers do not anger them. Be very, very careful. Very careful. Yeah. Food and Drug Administration, yeah. Yeah. They find ways to make the drugs and the food worse for you than ever before. And if you pay them enough money, hey, it doesn't matter how many people it kills in clinical trials. It's okay. Collateral damage, which I did learn a new definition for collateral damage the other day. I think Scatty Cat Brat or something like, over on World Truth. Moving along. In a harsh reminder that the winter is not over, Boston Mayor Martin Walsh is eaten by a polar bear. Damn, that's the best news I've heard. I thought you said there was no good news. That's good news. Although I feel bad for the polar bear. Did it survive? Abroad, there's another one. Damn. Tensions mount on the Korean peninsula when North Korea, in an unprecedented cyber attack, posts an estimated 23 million negative Yelp reviews of South Korea. And they go, ha 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 ha. This is including several million containing the phrase, "We ordered the dog," which arrived so undercooked that the tail was still wagging. Wow, I'm really glad I haven't eaten supper yet. Hairball. And just wait, there's more. There's lots of months to go here. I hope you have a beverage. Have you gone to the bathroom? Because I'm not done. I'm only on number 4. April! There's troubling news for Baltimore, where the death of an African-American man. No. Was he born in Africa and then came to America? I don't think so. I think this is someone that stayed in the easy bake oven of life just a little bit longer than a few other people did. Born with a natural tan. Cut that shit out. Get rid of the damn hyphenations already. I'm jealous. He's got a natural tan. I just get to play connect the dots. Shit. Well, let's don't go there. It might not be pretty. In any case, this man's death in police custody touches off a controversy on race that lasts for several days, resulting in 250 arrests and extensive property damage. The Reverend Al Sharpton rushes to the scene, but is unable to prevent things from eventually calming down because, well, that's not really what he rushed to the scene to do. Don't you know? In another alarming development, D.C., the cesspool of the country, although it's not actually part of the United States, from what I understand, is hit by a power outage. Oh, darn! Meaning that for several harrowing hours, the rest of the nation is forced to form its own policies. And things went swimmingly until the lights came back on. A week later, Washington is again shaken when a Florida mailman, making a powerful statement for or against something, lands a gyrocopter on the lawn of the Capitol building. He immediately becomes the front runner for the Republican presidential nomination because he's from Florida, and at least that's part of the continental United States, as opposed to Israel, which is not. Elsewhere, on the political front, shrillery declares her candidacy for POTUS. I can't say president when it comes to shrillery. POTUS, you pody ass. And sets out to demonstrate that she's a regular human being by riding to Iowa in a custom van driven by Secret Service agents. That one fell on its face, Dave, just saying. In Maumee, Ohio, Maumee, is that how you say that? Maumee. She stops at a Chipotle for takeout, a news event that produces a spasm of political journalism. Was that before or after you ate at Chipotle? Because if you're going to have a spasm after you ate there, you're going to be going for a while. The New York Times, yeah, we're not making this shit up, breaks a story reporting that Clinton wore sunglasses at night and ordered a chicken burrito bowl. Bloomberg gets a follow-up scoop reporting that the Clinton party bill was $20 and some change. But Clinton did not leave a tip. Well, you know, the best tip she could probably leave for anyone is don't let Willie get close to you. Seriously. He's not a good old boy. The everyday people who made Shrillery's burrito bowl, incredibly, nobody thinks to do a profile of the chicken. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, I missed a whole, Politico ran a 1,200 word story headline about the everyday people that made her burrito bowl, which, whoop-de-doo. In other journalism news, Rolling Stone apologizes for a discredited story about an alleged rape at a college fraternity and announces that it has disciplined its lead fact-checker, Brian Williams. Oops. Hey, you can't fault the guy for moonlighting. Responding with drastic measures to California's worsening drought, Governor Jerry Brown announces creation of the state saliva conservation board. Abroad, there's a lot of broads in this. Dumart, that guy resigns as Prime Minister of Kyrgyzstan, citing an inability to get business cards with everything spelled correctly. I can understand that, darling. I can't even try to. I could say Kritzelstan. How's that sound? In sports, the NCAA men's basketball tournament is won by the New England Patriots, who defeated the University of Wisconsin 2-0 in a game featuring a basketball inflated to basically the same pressure as a roadkill squirrel. Squirrel! Yes, I see my name is being taken. Chipotle. I know how you're supposed to say it. I'm playing here. Okay. Yes. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that one. In May, international soccer is rocked by allegations, not alligators, allegations that bribery was involved in awarding the 2022 World Cup to Qatar, a nation with little soccer tradition, which I think that would make them a great place to have them because, well, you know, people will be unbiased because what's soccer? No, it's not punch her in the face, dumbass. This was evidenced by the fact that the 12 stadiums it has built for the tournament all feature large decorative fountains in the middle of the playing field because the players might get thirsty or get overheated. Duh, they're being very caring, don't you know? But the big sports story is the long-awaited, and we're talking decades, boxing match between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, whatever. Floyd and Manny were sitting in a tree. No, they were not. KSSINGN. This is for the undisputed world title of the older guys basically standing around division. Do they have that one for older gals too? I can stand around for a while, but then I have to sit. Does that disqualify me? Mayweather wins the fight and takes home $220 million, which works out to be a little over $70 million per punch actually landed. He then celebrates by attempting to wake up his entourage. I haven't watched boxing in years either. I don't. Sports. It's a game, people. Or it's people beating each other up. Really? Elsewhere in sports, the Kentucky Derby is won by New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, riding tight end Rob Gronkowski. All the actual horses in the race mysteriously collapse at the starting line from what Coach Bill Belichick speculates to be allergies. They were allergic to the bullshit. Brady also wins the Indianapolis 500, driving a U.S. Army M1 Abrams battle tank that averages only 30 miles per hour but proves to be extremely difficult for other vehicles to pass, especially when their tires are underinflated. Abroad, there's another one. There's a big excitement in England where Prince William and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, produce another royal baby, who, in a sign of the changing times, is christened Princess Brooklyn Dakota. She joins a long line of royals destined to spend their lives gamely trying to appear interested in the endless series of building dedications. Oh, yippee. I have to cut another ribbon. If I have to cut one more ribbon. In Garland, Texas, 2 men are gunned down by police after they opened fire on a security guard outside an exhibit of Muhammad cartoons, highlighting the need for national conversation on the problem of cartoonists drawing things that leave religious fanatics with no choice but to try to kill them. James Taylor is apparently unavailable, so federal authorities dispatch Captain and Tennille to the scene, where they perform a powerful rendition of Muskrat Love. I'm sure. Oh, just thinking about all of this. Wow. Do they play that shit at Gitmo? No wonder people are going nuts. As California's drought worsens, Governor Brown announces a controversial plan involving Lake Superior and a 17 million foot hose. In a disturbing development, a Seattle convenience store is robbed at gunpoint by what police identify from a surveillance video as a genetically modified potato. Pissed them off. They call me Tater. In June, the Federal Office of Personnel Management announces that hackers have gained access to the personal records of millions of current and former government employees. Darn. Why do they call them hackers, by the way? Because every time I hear the word hacker, I'm thinking, hack! An OPM statement downplays the seriousness of the data breach, stressing that if anybody publishes any photos allegedly depicting an alleged cabinet member with an alleged goat, those are fake. Further noting that it was totally a consenting goat. Okay, it was the only one left in Greece, and it was bored. Everybody else had moved along. In another disturbing federal story, a report on an undercover investigation into airport security reveals that Transportation Security Administration, TSA, those lovely grope and tickle people, with an average IQ of 12. These screeners failed to detect banned items, including weapons and explosives, 67 out of 70 times, but by God, they found every toenail clipper in the back. Oh. Responding to the report, the TSA officials state that, what report? We don't see any report. Ladies, if you want to keep your toenail clippers, stash them up your hoo-hoo. They'll never look there. In a historic decision on gay rights, the nation's highest legal authority, Kim Davis, clerk of Rowan County, Kentucky, overturns the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling that state laws banning same-sex marriage are unconstitutional. Oh, Ken, you're such an overachiever. We always knew you were meant for greatness. Meanwhile, in what is widely hailed as a brave and courageous display of bravery and courage, Caitlin, no, a 65-year-old woman allows herself to be pictured on the cover of Vanity Fair wearing only a corset. Was that Caitlin? Excuse me. Oh, that's just nasty. In other gender news, the Treasury Department asks for input from the public on which woman will be depicted on the redesigned $10 bill. What the fuck? As if you don't have more pressing issues. You have to... Wow. The immediate frontrunners are Marianne Ginger, Taylor Swift, and the two sisters from Frozen. I vote for Marianne myself. On the political front, the big story is the Donald, who declares his candidacy for presidency and lays out a bold, far-reaching vision for America, consisting of whatever thought is flitting through his mind at that particular moment. You can tell it's flitting through because his comb-over is moving. Yeah, get that spit out right, Graham. Totally tank that, Grams. Damn. Trump is dead. Okay. Let's rewind, try that again, shall we? Trumpelstiltskin is deemed to have no chance by veteran Washington-based political experts because, well, politics, many bloodsuckers. Oh, wait, Trumpels is one of them, too. Yeah, drip under pressure. With vast knowledge of what all the other veteran Washington-based political experts think. They're passing notes in class again. Didn't you see that? They're also declaring his candidacy and predicting by the experts to do far better is Jeb Bush, whose official campaign slogan is Jeb. The exclamation part denotes enthusiasm, apparently. Well, it's easy to spell. And moving along into July, New Horizons. We're getting into that global warming finally, by the way, don't you know? It's July. It's not that it's ever hot in July here. The New Horizons interplanetary probe, having traveled more than 3 billion miles over nearly 10 years, finally reaches Pluto and finds out he has fleas. And finds out, transmits back data proving conclusively in a discovery that sends shockwaves of bladder malfunction throughout the astronomy community that Pluto consists of both ice and rocks. So, no matter how you have your Pluto, it's on the rocks. The nation reacts with horror to the news that a Minnesota dentist has killed Cecil, the world's suddenly most beloved lion. Who is my uncle 20 times removed, don't you know? The dentist instantly becomes a less popular version of Hitler and goes into hiding to escape animal rights activists threatening to give him a root canal with a chainsaw. Which, it's not bad enough that he's already a dentist and, quite frankly, the second most hated profession in the world, following closely behind police officer, I think. They also have a very high suicide rate, from what I understand. In any case, this story totally dominates the news for a better part of a week. A week! Which we'll eventually look back upon as an innocent time. Because, well, he was a dentist after all. He was just looking for love in all the wrong places. Hackers announced that they have broken into Ashley Madison's website and obtained personal data on millions of clients, allegedly seeking to have affairs. Naughty, naughty, naughty. A statistical analysis will later reveal that of the 37 million accounts hacked, Only 23 belonged to actual women, 21 of whom were Ashley Madison employees posing as clients. The remaining two belonged to Miley Cyrus. Ew. Elsewhere on the tech front, Microsoft releases Windows 10 to much fanfare and sighing, and then screaming and gnashing and pulling out of hair, and pretty much like hell is pictured in Dante's Inferno, I would think. This was a widely hailed breakthrough. Turns Windows 8 back into Windows 7 with more spies. Ain't it great? I know. I love Bill the Cat. Bill the Cat's my hero. He says so much with one simple hack. In political news, the crowded field of Republican presidential hopefuls is joined by a person named John Kasich, who claimed to have at one time been governor of Ohio, although nobody can verify this. On the Democratic side, enthusiasm builds for the candidacy of 147-year-old socialist Bernie Sanders and his populist plan of reining in Wall Street via a combination of stricter financial controls and strategic beheadings. Sounds like a plan. In other financial news, the International Monetary Fund seeks a collection agency or agent to, or sends a collection agent to Athens, only to discover that the Greek government has moved out of Greece without leaving a forwarding address. Also, the Acropolis is missing. And by the way, that final goat that they had, he was last night's supper. Speaking of missing, in Mexico, infamous drug lord El Chapo, which is literally the chap. Ooh, that name strikes fear in the hearts of someone. He escapes from a maximum security prison via an elaborate tunnel that somehow was dug into his cell without anybody noticing. Equally alarming is the fact that the other end of the tunnel turns out to be in Miami. My, wasn't he an industrious fellow? And who said drug lords aren't industrious? Lino, I don't know if I'll be watching any fireworks New Year's Eve or not, hon. But the big international news comes from Vienna, where they make sausages. And this is also where Iran signs a deal with the United States and 5 other nations, under which Iran, in exchange for a lot of money, promises to stop trying to build a nuclear bomb. While Dangleberry says the deal makes our country and the world safer and more secure, for his part, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah al-Khamenei says, "Death to America. Give me the money first." But he says it in what the U.S. negotiators described as a softer tone. Oh, okay. Death to America. Oh, that feels so much better. It's a soft death, as opposed to a harsh one. Dead is dead. In the sports, the U.S. wins the Women's World Cup, defeating Japan 5-2, with 3 of the goals being scored by Tom Brady wearing a Brandy Chastain model sports bra. Oh, hey. Speaking of hot. No, not Tom Brady. He is not. Yes, somebody else is taking my name. I know they're trying to give Win 10 away, and I just keep going. Yeah. In August, my month, the month that rules. Just saying. The U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration reports that July was the hottest month globally ever recorded because it's fucking July. With a renewed sense of urgency, the world's industrialized nations vow to continue sending large delegations via jumbo jets to distant conferences on climate change until this darn thing has been licked. By the way, those distant places always have lots of palm trees, scantily clad females, and lots of drinks with umbrellas. In politics, the Republicans hold their first presidential debate. Now they're really taking a lot of liberties with that word debate there. Well, and presidential too. Featuring approximately 75 candidates ranging outward in popularity from the Donald at center stage to John Kasich. And the late Warren G. Harding out at the far edges. Jeb Bush has an off night, falling asleep several times during his own answers. Ben Carson does better, except for when he identifies Pyongyang as a kind of lobster. Trump dominates the evening, at one point ordering everyone to shut up while he takes a call on stage from Beyonce, and then tells them all they're fired. Oh, wait, no, he didn't do that the first round. That's right. Savvy Washington-based political insiders agree, after conferring with other savvy Washington-based political insiders, that Trump's unorthodox behavior will alienate voters and he will be out of the race by fall. What, are you going to trip him? On the Democratic side, Shrillery continues to have no choice but to roll her eyes over all these pesky scandals that her enemies keep dreaming up to prevent her from serving the American people. Sweetheart, that book, How to Serve Man, it's a cookbook. We know that already, hun. Oh, especially women. Ew. The current scandal involves the email server she used as Secretary of State, which she proudly proclaimed that she purchased from Radio Shack because of their excellent IT. Which in deviation from government security standards was located in her home. And it had her personal secret password. It was not password. It was PASSW0RD. Jeez. I hacked it and found it. It was written on a sticky note, and it was stuck to the front. But Slick Willie couldn't figure it out, so it was all good. It was secure. Old Slick Willie wasn't going to get into that slot. A Clinton spokesperson speaking through another Clinton spokesperson who was briefed by a third Clinton spokesperson on condition of anonymity because they weren't authorized to tell anything even remotely close to a lie, let alone the truth, denies that the server held any classified emails and promises that it will be turned over to the FBI as soon as it has been melted down to a softball-sized blob. Oh shit, did we say that out loud? Yeah. In financial news, the stock market unexpectedly plunges more than 1,000 points. Small investors are urged not to panic by financial experts who A, did not predict the plunge, B, cannot explain why it happened, and C, have no earthly idea what will happen next, and D, have their own money invested in collectible refrigerator magnets. Don't worry, it's okay. Step a little closer to the edge. It's okay. It's not, no, that's not crumbling that you see. Abroad, there's another one. God dang, painted hussies. A German parliament votes to give yet another financial bailout to Greece. In return for which, Greece agrees not to publish photographs of Angela Merkel naked. Oh, I'd pay for that. So they don't publish them. I haven't perfected my mental etch-a-sketch yet. And there's some things that just plain cannot be unseen. In geography news, ooh, I'm good at geography. Okay. In geography news, President Obama signs an executive order officially changing the name of North America's tallest mountain, Mount McKinley, back to its traditional Native American name, Elvis. Alrighty then. September, see, we're winding down. The year's winding down. It's okay, we're almost there. The popular Pope Francis becomes the first pope ever to address a joint meeting of Congress issuing a powerful challenge to the lawmakers to work together toward solving pressing world problems, including hatred, poverty, and pollution. Just don't touch any of the shiny things at the Vatican, okay? I like shiny things. Congress, inspired to take rare bipartisan action, but apparently confused by Francis's thick accent, votes unanimously to declare war on Greenland. Because they lied. It's not green. Bastards. In political news, the New York Times runs the following actual headline. Hillary Clinton to show more humor and heart, aides say. That's funny. Apparently, she reportedly will display 17% more humor and 23% more heart, according to an anonymous Clinton aides who were briefed by anonymous Clinton strategists who had direct access to what one source who asked not to be named described as a high-level Clinton confidant. The source said that the Clinton team is also considering having her directly engage selected voters in banter right before she rips their heart out, which that plays into that whole 23% more heart thing. On the Republican side, Rick Perry and Scott Walker drop out of the presidential race after polls show them both trailing the late Warren G. Harding. Sorry, guys. Meanwhile, the Donald continues to present his vision for America's future in the form of steady stream of hastily composed tweets insulting people who have offended him. Why? Because he can. This strategy has Trump easily leading the GOP field to the consternation of knowledgeable Washington-based insiders with vast knowledge pertaining to the inside of Washington. Ew, once again, ew. Double ew, triple ew. Excited Apple fans line up to purchase a new iPhone 6s, which is identical to the iPhone 6, except it has a special alarm that will alert Apple fans exactly when to line up to purchase the next new iPhone, due out in approximately 3 months. And it has that ever so fashionable S on it, which stands for shit. In business news, the Environmental Protection Agency, those lovely people that are just there to help, accuses Volkswagen of cheating on emissions testing. They passed more gas than they said they did. Apparently, they were precipitating an international scandal that ultimately forces VW's Mark Winterkorn to resign and take a job as equipment manager for the New England Patriots. What? He doesn't know anything about emissions. I know nothing. October! Hillary testifies for 127 straight hours, and she doesn't look any different. At least San Fran Nan has plastic. She does this before the House Committee on investigating Benghazi until the Earth crashes into the sun, which they probably will, and they still won't come to any kind of conclusion because, well, they're chasing their tails. There's many testy exchanges between Clinton and Republican congressmen, but in the end, the American public has a much clearer picture of the extremely high level of mutual loathing that makes our government work the way it does. Which, you know, if it was much more efficient, can you imagine how screwed we would be? Whew, I'm really glad that there is that much ineptitude going on there, in a sick kind of way. In other political news, a person calling himself Lincoln Chaffee manages to get onto the stage of the Democratic presidential candidates' debate on CNN and makes several policy statements before he's noticed by security and escorted out. This might have been embarrassing for the Democrats, but fortunately no one was watching CNN, including moderator Anderson Cooper, who was openly playing Candy Crush. Another game I have never played. After much agonizing, VP Joe Biden, the dumber half of Walter, Yeah. Announces that he will not run for POTUS because Walter said he wants the sawdust back that Joe's been using for his brain. Apparently, he's stressing that the decision had nothing to do with the severed horse head wearing a Hillary button he found in his bed, which Biden says he believes was meant in a supportive way. She loves you, Joe. She wants you. 23% heart. She's eyeing yours. Meanwhile, the Republican candidates' debate on CNBC takes a lively turn when Ted Cruz responds to a question about the federal budget agreement, throws a chair at moderator Carl, setting off a round of applause so loud that it awakens Jeb Bush, who had drool starting to go down into his tie. And he also notes that the governor of Florida had a strong record for promoting furniture safety. I think you were abusing that chair. Knowledgeable Washington insiders declare that the clear debate winners are Cruz, Marco Rubio, and Chris Christie. So it's no surprise that Donald Trump and Ben Carson surge still farther ahead in the polls. Because, well, the first three are critically acclaimed, and everyone knows that no one goes to watch critically acclaimed shit. Duh. In sports, FIFA, the scandal-plagued governing body of the international soccer, suspends its president, Sepp Blatter. Among those seeking to replace him is a South African businessman named Tokyo Sex Whale. Focus. Meanwhile, a huge military blimp breaks loose from its moorings and rampages across Pennsylvania, wreaking havoc and knocking out power for thousands before being lured back into captivity by a Hello Kitty blimp, hastily borrowed from the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and positioned in what the Pentagon source describes as a provocative pose. And speaking of havoc, I might go over just a wee bit. In November, the world reels in shock after horrific terrorist attacks in Paris and Mali. With rumors of new threats coming daily, the U.S. State Department briefly considers unleashing Neil Diamond and Barbra Streisand, codenamed Doomsday Duet, to sing "You Don't Bring Me Flowers Anymore," but instead elects to issue a worldwide travel alert warning American citizens to avoid potential dangerous areas, especially the northern and southern hemispheres. The department assures Americans that there's no need to panic, stressing that they should remain in bed paralyzed by butt-puckering fear. Because if you're not puckering your butt, you're emitting those noxious greenhouse gases and global warming. But November is not just a time for fear. It's also a time for Thanksgiving. It ushers in the holiday season for all those Americans, regardless of ethnicity, religion, or political views, to be deeply offended. Nobody is more offended than college students who stage a series of protests over racism, sexism, fascism, heteronormanism, and trigger warning, insensitive Halloween costumes that constitute a festering hellhole of hurtful things that is the modern American college campus, and there is nothing funny about that. Microaggressions. Get a hold of yourself here. Damn. Also deeply offended in November are people who have taken time out of their busy lives to notice that the 2015 Starbucks Holiday Cup is just plain red. And trigger warning, does not have snowflakes or reindeer on it. That's Christmasists or something. There's yet another salvo in the war on Christmas as well, which has completely annihilated and eliminated even Christmas from our lives, except for Christmas carols playing on loudspeakers everywhere and huge Christmas displays in every store and Christmas music or movies on TV constantly and numerous Christmas related news stories and an endless stream of Christmas themed commercials running 24/7 since approximately Labor Day. That's the bad part right there. In presidential politics, Ben Carson reacts angrily to CNN reports suggesting that he never tried to stab anybody or hit his mother with a hammer. Really? Donald Trump continues his two-pronged campaign of saying reprehensible things and then clarifying his statements by saying he didn't really say them, so stop hating, you pathetic losers. This is a strategy that continues to cost him vital support among knowledgeable Washington insiders. Jeb Bush seeks to revive his flagging campaign by unleashing an awesome new slogan. Jeb can fix it. Yeah, you just give me some of them there Harbor Freight tools and I can fix anything. Maybe. And he immediately surges ahead of the coveted 3-year-old boy voter demographic. Good job, Jeb. Excuse me. On the Democratic side, Shrillery continues to execute spontaneous acts of smiling while campaigning. Okay, that just scared the shit clean out of me. And on the theme that she is both a human being and a woman who cares about other human beings in the middle class and women specifically. I'm going to have nightmares now. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I am. In a major sports upset, the seemingly invincible Ronda Rousey is defeated in a UFC title fight by Tom Brady, who uses a maneuver he calls the crowbar, although coach Bill Belichick is quick to point out that, in fact, it's just a regular claw hammer. In the World Series, the Kansas City Royals defeat the New York Mets. The payrolls of the two teams combined are less than the payroll of the New York Yankees, who were eliminated immediately from the playoffs in a wild card game by the Houston Astros, whose payroll is less than a third of the Yankees. So obviously, money does not buy you happiness or a World Series. As the month draws to a close, tensions in the Middle East run high amid rumors that the Obama administration, in what would be a major escalation of American presence, is considering staging a Black Friday sale in Syria. Fortunately, these rumors prove to be false, and the worst retail violence is confined to the U.S. within the U.S. borders, but the world situation remains troubling. And in December, when, with the menacing specter of global climate change looming like some kind of spectral menace or something, 150 world leaders finally get serious about this urgent threat to the planet's future and decide to stay home and confer via Skype. Video feed was promptly lost, to which most did not complain because Merkel was not wearing her clothes. Ew! Ha ha! Seriously, the leaders all fly to Paris because, well, Paris. I wasn't impressed. Where they and their security details and their vast minion entourages travel around in high-speed motorcades to attend dinners and make speeches about the importance of figuring out how to reduce these pesky carbon emissions and in the end, they sign a historic agreement under which all parties commit to a concrete, legally binding, and unbreakable schedule of potentially attending additional conferences at some point in the future, although skeptics note that Chinese President Xi Jinping signs his name on the official document as Phil McCracken. And as for those pesky carbon emissions, pay no attention to the fact that plants inhale carbon and exhale oxygen. You're not supposed to know that stuff. Drink more fluoridated water, okay? In another feel-good story, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg announces that he will give back the 45 billion hours that the average American has wasted on Facebook. He's also giving away T-Rexes. For those of you that are interested, you just have to share that meme. They are trained. Kinda. We don't know what they're trained to do yet. Maybe ninjas, but they're trained. On a disturbing note, the Food and Drug Administration confirms reports that genetically modified fruits and vegetables have been escaping from supermarkets and mating in the wild with other species. The FDA stresses that this is a manageable problem and downplays sightings in Florida of a so-called potator, half potato, half alligator, which according to terrified locals lurks underground, has huge jaws, dozens of eyes, and can't be stopped only by bullets tipped with sour cream. I'll bet it's tasty on the spit, too. Speaking of potatoes, tension rises in Europe when the Russian government announces that it is launching a new business startup called Tuber, described as like Uber, except with tanks. Oh, they're NSA operatives. Thank you, Atrax. I did not know that. Thank you ever so much. So that's why they attack inflatable Christmas yard art. Gotcha. In entertainment news, 20th Century Fox denies rumors that in the movie The Revenant, the character played by Leonardo DiCaprio is raped by a bear. Ew. The bear in the film is female, states the Fox spokesperson, referring to a computer-generated bear nicknamed Judy, who on the same day is nominated for a Film Industry Animation Award in the same category as the Hulk. Had actually happened. In presidential politics, Trump, much to the dismay of the knowledgeable political people. But with the Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primary just around the corner, analysts struggle to make sense of the new polls showing that suddenly the clear leader in both states for both parties is Tom Brady. Duh! I saw that one coming. As the year finally staggers to a close, Americans set aside their differences, if only briefly, and join together in the cherished, time-honored tradition of pretending that New Year's Eve is fun. So let's raise a glass to toast the demise of 2015, that senile old guy running around in bed sheets and a Depends diaper. Then let's set the glass down untasted in case, God forbid, it contains gluten. Then let's go to bed and welcome in the new year in a diaper. It'll probably be squalling at like 2:30 in the morning, half hour after you shut your eyes. That's the way it works. Oh well, guess what? That was ever so much fun. And I am going to have to get out of here because I am way okay, not that far over time, but I'm over time. Thank you, everybody, for listening in to Grammy's Rocket Chair here on this Wackadoodle Wednesday on World Truth Radio and RealLibertyMedia.com Channel 9. Also on the WorldTruth.org Spreaker channel. I will be back tomorrow evening, same batty time, same batty channel, to maybe give you, I probably should have saved this for tomorrow, but hey, I didn't, so there. What are you going to do, take away my birthday? I'll find something, anything, because I know Grimmy and Moose Girl will be on tomorrow night with the predictions for next year, which my prediction for next year, some people are going to wake up and actually get out of bed, and some people are not.